Hello ladies and gentlemen, Xcentauri here, and welcome back to another video. I hope all of you are doing well, because I am as always, and again in this video I've got some more Infinite Flight news for this upcoming 23.2 update. Now it does feel like we have been waiting for years and years for this 23.2 update to finally come to your mobile devices, but you know, that time is coming in close. I've got a lot more news as well from when we had that last video talking about when the update will be. And I'm nearly ready actually to put on a pinpoint prediction for when we're going to see this update. Now, unfortunately for me, I am thinking this update's going to come in the middle of my exam season, you know, which is a bit awkward, you know, because instead of revising, I'll be sat here making a video on a review of the update, but that's perfectly fine, you know, we do what we love. So yeah, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the update. Now, I think the first thing probably to start with is that Infinite Flight put out a press release, or whatever you want to call it. They put out a statement on their blog discussing about this update, and I feel like I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to talk you all through it. I'm going to let you also know what that means with regards to the update and everything. So Infinite Flight said that the 23.2 update will include that new Challenger 350 and lots of other updates and improvements. Now, we all know that the Challenger 350 well, it was pretty much guaranteed to be coming this update. They've been working on it for probably about a year or more now. I don't know when they announced that it was coming to Infinite Flight, but it wasn't really that long ago, if I remember correctly. It was actually quite recently, so we're definitely due to be getting that. Now, that's going to be quite exciting as well, a whole new other aircraft to join us on Infinite Flight, and I think it's going to be phenomenal. And I'm trying to do what I did last video again, and try and like fly the plane, and hopefully land by the end of the video somewhere in Honolulu Airport. Now, basically, they're coming close to the release cycle. So Infinite Flight, I presume they follow like a pattern of cycle, you know. They start development, they work it, they get the aircraft, they fix bugs, and then they push for approval. That would be my, you know, my amazing guess on how they deal with their press releases and everything. But it would definitely make sense if that's how they work through their updates. Now, they're getting to the point where they're getting ready to push this update and bring it to the App Store. Now, there are a few issues, though, with them doing this at the moment, and some of these issues being that there is bugs, and bugs. There are so many bugs that they have shown us with this update. So it appears that with changes to, obviously, the new user interface and just all of these other little additions that add in, it's obviously caused some issues within the coding in-game, which is, you know, normal. It's probably expected. I'm sure they anticipated it, and they probably knew it was going to happen sooner rather than later anyway, so they were probably very aware of this happening, which means of course they're probably in a good position to fix it. Now, I'm going to show you guys these bugs right now. It's on my apps, on my photos, and this is the first one. Now, as you can see here, literally the aircraft's just blurred. Now, I don't know why the aircraft's blurred, but that's the bug. But look how tiny it is as well. It's like a miniature plane. Now, I don't know whether this just spawned in randomly at one of the airports and they caught it, but I don't really recognise the airport. If anyone can recognise this airport, let me know down below. But as you can see, the plane spawned in tiny, and it's also blurred, which just is not normal. Now, the next thing we've got is here. Now, they've obviously spawned an aircraft at the gate. I don't even know what aircraft this is. That's really bad for me. I should know what that is. I think it's 737. No, it can't be. You guys let me know what plane this is. I'm having a moment. It looks like a 737, but I might be wrong. So yeah, as you can also see, when they're spawned in at the gate here, the aircraft is again sinking into the ground. Now, you know, that's not really my problem. I don't understand why it's done that, because it does happen before. Like, the problem has happened a few times to me normally when playing Infinite Flight, the current versions, but maybe this is like a regular thing. And of course, you can't be spawning like 10 feet under the ground, because that's just not really a flight simulator. It'd become like a mining simulator, and that wouldn't work. And of course, you can see here on the final photo, this airport's just chilling like 300 feet in the air. That's just not normal. Though there used to be an airport somewhere in Asia where it was literally like this, but like 20 times as high. And if you flew into it, it was like a way to get into space. Now, I don't know if any of the old Infinite Flight players or people from like 4 or 5 years ago remember that. But it used to be a way to get into space in Infinite Flight, and it used to be a very fun way to do it. But yeah, as you can tell, that is just not normal. So Infinite Flight shouldn't be really doing that. Now, I'm hoping that we're still able to fly, which means we can land shortly, which is very good. So yeah, so those are like some of the bugs that they've, you know, they've shown us. Now, they did say that on the final stages of an update is to prepare the airport and navigation base, and that provides all the data to the app that loads all the necessary airport sceneries, waypoints from the FFA and other providers. Now, they have been through some major technical changes, which has meant that they've they've been through some major technical changes, which meant that the past couple of releases meant that some new issues have surfaced, which has unfortunately prevented them from correctly updating the scenery for some of the new airports, which is, you know, obviously a contributing factor now to why some of these airports are looking a bit dodgy in the photos that they've shown us, which of course I suppose that makes sense. Now I'm really hoping we're going to be able to land this properly. Now unfortunately they can't push a release, especially with these issues. However, I have the utmost confidence in the editing team and everything that they're going to be fixing this. Now, unfortunately, they said, yeah, getting this bug fixed along with some others means that they should be ready to push for App Store approval soon. But they're going to keep us all updated, and they've just shown us also a preview of a new Jet to Holidays livery. So there we go. This is a new livery coming to Flight. Have a look at it while you can there. So that's going to be a really, really good update, and I think that's going to be a fun one to see a lot of new liveries. So we are expecting lots of new liveries in the upcoming update, which is quite exciting if you ask me. I really am looking forward to seeing a lot more liveries on the Infinite Flight Simulator. Now, I am thinking that overall this update, if you're after my prediction on when it will come, I'm going to give it probably another 2 to 3 weeks. I know that might seem really far-fetched, but I'm thinking middle of June seems realistic. You know, watch the update be released tomorrow and I've been completely off. But I'm thinking, you know, App Store approval can take up to a week sometimes, or 2, maybe even 3 weeks. It can take a long, long time. And from what I've heard about previous Infinite Flight updates, App Store releases are just a pain, and they do take a lot of the time to get approved, from what I can tell. So, you know, I think that's reasonable, you know, sometime mid-June. So if you're someone, we're going to crash into the sea soon, which I'm going to try and fix that. If you're someone who's just curious and you're waiting to get a pro subscription until the update comes, I wouldn't recommend getting another pro subscription just yet, because I know some people are waiting for the update to come before they even think about getting another subscription. So I'd give it probably a week or 2 potentially, until you're seeing this update come out on your mobile devices, and the airport is there, which means we're going to be landing very, very shortly too. Now, many of you want to know about the A380, and realistically, I don't actually have much to say about the A380, unfortunately, other than I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the future updates. I don't even know if it will come out this year. If I wanted to say the A380 would be out this year, I'd probably say like sometime like I've completely messed up the landing. I'd probably say if the A380 were to come out, it wouldn't be until like December this year. But you never know what's going on behind closed doors, because Infinite Flight are a very hard-working team, and knowing them, they're probably already working on the update to be after the A380. They're probably already planning on that. They might not be, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're already thinking, right, what update are we doing after the A380? Hopefully it's going to be an A340 rework, but that's just what I want. That's definitely not going to happen. It'll probably be a 767, but again, we need to focus on the Challenger 350, which is on its way right now, and that's going to be shortly followed by the A380, hopefully. Now, it would be crazy if they brought the A380 out in this update, but I really don't think that's why they're going to be doing it, unfortunately. But yeah, you guys can expect to see this update very soon on your mobile devices, and let's land this aircraft, shall we? Now, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use HUD, but we'll run into replay mode if I think it's a good enough landing. We are nowhere near in line with this runway though, which is quite annoying. I'm trying to level out, hopefully, and that will fix our issues. There we go. It has been a while since I used to stream. Now, anyone who's actually still watching, and you used to watch me when I streamed, well, let me know in the comments, but I'm thinking about doing 1 or 2 in the summer. Guys, let me know if you'd like to see that in the future. Now, that was a pretty decent landing, actually, I think. I mean, we're a bit off the centre line, but let's go have a cheeky look at that. Yeah, well, we get the pro. You know, I'm still not a pro user yet. I am waiting for the update. I will not be repurchasing pro until the update comes out, mainly because of financial reasons, and university is not cheap. We'll go with that. So here we go, coming in for the landing here in the 737. Coming in quite nice. I mean, I feel like we came in, we weren't quite in centre line, but we did land in the touchdown zone. And do you know what? For a 737 landing, that is pretty good. It's pretty good. This is one of my favourite aircraft, especially liveries with Turkish Airlines. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this video, you found the news informative, let me know down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Good night.